We are back. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show with Ray, Sandra, and Danielle. And we're here with our guest host, Don Geisler, who is a designated broker and owner of Indy Realty.
Let me ask the $1 million question. How's the market?
How is the market? If real estate professionals are really trained how to answer that question, and the answer is, well, what exactly is it that you're trying to accomplish? Real estate is very localized and varies from neighborhood to neighborhood. What are you looking to do?
Yeah, my answer is always to everything in real estate is it depends.
It definitely does depend. But, the market right now is solid. It's different, but solid is
right.
how I would put it. I'm just looking at the graph with closed sales, and this graph goes all the way back from January 2020, through today, through January of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And, just a real quick kind of bisection of it, on a monthly basis, looks like in the MLS we sell about, 1,400 houses a month has been normal over the past, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're for the last 4 months, we're at about 800, So my answer to that for everybody is always, there are still over 800 houses per month selling in our market.
Right.
So you can still accomplish your goals for sure.
And that brought up a question for me, just hearing you say that, and I lost it just like that. I hate it when that happens.
I think the word
so you're
you,
saying...
Yeah, I think the word you used was very challenging, even though nothing is impossible. You can make things happen, but it's very challenging. I mean, you need a good real estate agent who knows a little bit about the market, understand Tucson, understand what the philosophy we're going through and what we need to get through to get you to where you want to buy or sell your home.
Yeah, and there are some things that seem to always pan out, that when the market changes, I feel like we tend to see the outskirts, the outlying areas sort of feel the impact of it first, and my position on it, my expectation is just that when you're in town and prices go bananas, right, and they just go up, then sometimes you have to go a little bit further out, to get a good value. Well, so then when prices start to come back down a little bit, people don't have to go quite as far out to accomplish their goals, maybe. So
Less
we see the outlying areas
well.
start to slow down a little bit faster than the rest of the market. Not in every situation, but
I think we also see that same dynamic when it comes to condo sales versus home sales. Condos are going to take they'll be the first to slow down. If someone has the same option as far as, in their price point and what their needs are, they can buy a single family home. They may prefer that to a condo. So we'll see the condo market slow down a little bit before we would see the single family residences slow down.
Yeah. I mean, and we just, I participated just from a consulting standpoint in a sale up in Sun City recently. And I'm telling you that in that particular market, there was a flood of houses hit the market, and we moved down $60,000 on our asking price in the first 2 weeks, because it just became clear that was what was going to have to happen. So I think you got to be in tune. You have to be constantly analyzing what's going on in the area that you're working, that you're trying to sell, because things change fast. I mean, this was one of those scenarios where it went from, there are 3 houses on the market and they're bumping up around 500,000. And then suddenly there were 33 houses on the market and they were more like 385.
And that's a very seasonal market, I would assume. So yeah, I mean, you talked earlier about it being very localized. We can't assume that what's happening in Sun City would be happening in the heart of Tucson.
Right.
And the thing that I've heard throughout the conversation, and you keep bringing up 2 things, communication and curb your lender and seller's expectations. Those are 2 things we always seem to make sure that we always seem to remind us. Those are the things that are paramount at this time in the market.
Yeah, I mean, expectations are critical. So when you're representing buyers, kind of what the process looks like, when you go into the repair process, and I think we have to be reasonable, and, the whole repair, inspection, negotiation process is supposed to be stuff that you can't live with, stuff that are safety issues. And sometimes we get involved in a transaction and we lose perspective.
Mhm.
And we ask the seller to kind of rebuild or remodel,
Upgrade.
remodel the house, upgrade the house.
Yes.
And then we have to be very, very sensitive to sellers when price is correct. I've always said, and I don't want to sound unsensitive, but I've always said that sellers go through like a grieving process when they are thinking, my house is going to sell for $500,000, and this is what I'm going to do with the money, and this is how this is going to benefit me.
Mhm.
And as we start to say, hey, we're going to have to come down, and they're going to have to come down, they really feel it. It's
Mhm.
really painful for them. So, we as professionals have to be able, to talk with people, set those expectations up front, and just understand, you let them know that we will be with them all the way through the transaction.
Sandra has a great way of explaining to people about days on market. She has a couple of analogies of when it was good, we can go in on the weekend and tell them, hey, on Monday we can give you 4, 5, 6 offers, but that's not the market we're in now. And people have to understand, it depends on the market you're in, it depends on the things how things going to go, and how we need to communicate that and curb the expectations of those things. Sandra always talks about the fact is that days on market is important, but it's not the most important thing.
It's not the most important thing. And I could, I like to repeat something that I heard from Steve Harney one time. He's a great national speaker. And he said, when a market shifts, sometimes you have to go from being competitively priced to being compellingly priced,
Mhm.
right? Because you can be competitive with the 30 other houses that aren't selling, or you can be at a price that's just compelling enough that a buyer comes in and sees it as a really great value,
Mm-hmm.
and tips the scale in that favor.
And I think you say that a lot too when you're talking about, houses that are on the market, is that every house will sell if it's priced to sell.
That's true.
And I think that sellers need to understand that it is about condition as well. And so if a buyer needs to come in and add a lot more cash into the sale by doing deferred maintenance items that weren't taken care of, not every buyer has that ability. And so that is going to affect the price in the days on market as well.
Yeah, we're here with Don Geisler, who is the designated broker and CEO of Indy Realty. If you're looking, and then you're looking, or if you're ready to buy or sell your home, and if you have any questions concerning real estate, call the Johnson Smith team. I forgot my own name.
Hey, Don, tell us how they can reach you as well.
Give me a call anytime, 520-869-2376. We are, of course, hiring great quality professionals, and
It's a
just
great
really enjoying
place
it.
to call home. We encourage you to give Don a call.
Yes, please do.